The sand was still warm under my palms when the fastball cracked against my glove like a gunshot. But it was the way Alex's eyes locked on mine in the fading twilight that stopped my heart cold. "You're holding back, Jamie," he shouted over the crash of the Pacific. His voice raw with that mix of frustration and fire that always made my stomach twist. I hurled the ball back harder than I meant to, watching it arc like a promise we couldn't keep, and in that split second, I knew tonight wasn't about baseball anymore. It was about us, crashing into something neither of us could outrun. We'd been coming to this stretch of beach in Santa Cruz for years, ever since we were scrawny kids with dreams bigger than the horizon. Alex Rivera and I, inseparable like the salt in the air and the fog rolling in off Monterey Bay. He was the golden boy, tousled black hair that caught the sun like raven feathers, olive skin from his Mexican-American roots, and a swing that could send a ball screaming into the stars. I was the steady one, Jamie Ellis, with my freckled arms from too many days under the California sun, blonde hair perpetually windswept, and a pitch that whispered secrets before it exploded. High school was behind us now, but college scouts were circling like gulls, and we weren't about to let some two-bit community college swallow our shot at the majors. So we practiced, relentlessly, especially at night when the world shut up and it was just us, the ball, and the endless rhythm of the waves. That evening in late summer, the air hummed with the kind of heat that clings to your skin, thick and unyielding. We ditched the team after drills, grabbing our gear from the back of my beat-up Ford pickup, affectionately dubbed the Rusty Rocket, and headed straight for our spot, a secluded cove where the cliffs curved like a protective arm. No crowds, no coaches barking orders. Just freedom. Or so I told myself as I laced up my cleats, stealing glances at Alex while he stretched, his tank top riding up just enough to show the taut lines of his abs, earned from hours of crunches and that insane dedication he had to the game. "Ready to eat dirt?" he teased, flashing that grin. The one that crinkled his eyes and made my chest ache in ways I couldn't name back then. Or wouldn't. I smirked, masking the flutter. "Only if you're serving it up, Rivera." We started slow, tossing grounders and flies under the emerging stars. The beach was our diamond. Packed sand for the pitcher's mound, a faded line in the tide's edge for the batter's box. Alex at the plate, me on the mound 30 feet out. The ball popped from my fingers, a curveball that danced wickedly. He connected with a crack that echoed off the water, the sphere sailing into the dark like a comet. "That's my boy," he whooped, jogging to retrieve it, his silhouette sharp against the foam. But as the moon climbed, so did the intensity. Sweat beaded on my forehead, mixing with the salt spray. My arm burned, but I pushed because that's what we did. Pushed each other until we broke or broke through. Alex switched to pitching, his form poetry in motion. Wind up smooth as silk, release a whip crack. I fouled one off, the sting vibrating up my bat. "Come on, Ellis. Swing like you mean it." I did. Too hard. The next pitch blurred in, and I connected square, line drive straight back at him. He dove left, glove outstretched, but it clipped his shoulder, sending him sprawling into the sand. The ball rolled harmlessly toward the surf, but I was already running, heart slamming. "Alex! Shit, man, you okay?" He sat up, rubbing his arm, but his laugh cut through the panic. Deep, unfiltered. The kind that always pulled me back from the edge. "Nah, that was a good one. Felt it in my bones." He extended a hand, and I hauled him up, our palms gritty and warm, lingering a beat too long. His eyes, dark as the night sea, held mine, and for a heartbeat, the world narrowed to the space between us. Breath sinking, the distant roar fading to a hush. Then he clapped my shoulder, hard, brotherly, and the spell cracked. "Your turn to pitch. Let's see if you can smoke me this time." We went at it until my rotator cuff screamed for mercy, the stars wheeling overhead like indifferent witnesses. Collapsing finally onto the sand, backs against a driftwood log, we cracked open warm cokes from the cooler, the fizz the only sound besides our ragged breathing. The beach stretched empty, a silver ribbon under the moon, and I felt that pull again, the one I'd been ignoring since sophomore year when I'd caught myself staring during showers, wondering what his skin tasted like under the fluorescent buzz. "You ever think about it?" Alex asked suddenly, voice low, staring out at the black water where bioluminescent waves glowed faint blue. Think about what? I played dumb, though my pulse betrayed me. He took a swig, Adam's apple bobbing. After college, the show. Lights, crowds, contracts. Leaving this dump behind. Santa Cruz wasn't a dump. Surf shops. Redwoods hugging the coast. That endless laid-back vibe. But to Alex, it was chains. His dad, a fisherman who'd lost his boat to a storm and his fire to the bottle, saw baseball as the only way out. Mine? Mom waitress doubles at the wharf diner. Dad split when I was 6. Baseball was our ticket, our rebellion. Yeah, I said, throat tight, all the time. But what if we make it together? Like the dynamic duo, Rivera and Ellis, tearing up the minors. He turned, elbow nudging mine, and there it was again, that look. Not quite pity, not quite something else. We will. Can't do it without you, Jam. His nickname for me, soft around the edges. Jam, like we're preserves on the same shelf. I wanted to say more. About how his laugh lit me up inside. How I'd kill to trace the tattoo on his forearm. A compass rose inked on his 18th birthday, pointing true north. But I swallowed it like always. To the show, I toasted instead, clinking cans. To us. The word hung there, heavy as the tide pulling out. We didn't speak after that. Just sat until the chill seeped in, packing up under the beam of my phone's flashlight. Driving home, windows down, Springsteen crooning about Thunder Roads on the radio. I stole glances at his profile, lit by passing headlights. What if? The question gnawed, but I shoved it down. We were friends, best friends, and that had to be enough. Little did I know that night was the crack in the dam, the one that would flood everything. The next morning hit like a hangover without the booze. Stiff muscles, sand in my socks, and a text from Alex. Practice tonight? Need to work that slider. I grinned despite the ache. Firing back, you're on. Bring your A game. School dragged. Lectures on American Lit where Whitman's Leaves of Grass felt too close to home. Cafeteria banter with the team where I laughed too loud at jokes about girls we didn't chase. Alex and I were the odd ones out, focused, untouchable. The guys called us the Bromance Brigade, slapping backs with winks that stung more than they knew. By evening, the beach called again. This time, the fog was thicker, muting the world to grays and whispers. We warmed up with sprints along the waterline, feet pounding wet sand, breaths puffing like smoke signals. Alex beat me by a stride, collapsing beside me with a triumphant whoop. Old man Ellis, slowing down already? Shut it, punk. I tackled him playfully, pinning him for a second before rolling off, both of us wheezing laughs. His hand brushed my wrist as we sat up, and electricity zipped up my arm. Coincidence, I told myself. Always coincidence. We hit the drill hard. Pop flies into the mist, the ball materializing like magic from the haze. I shagged one deep, diving full out, glove snagging at inches from the surf. Salt water soaked my jeans as I rose, triumphant, only to see Alex charging over, face alight. Holy shit, that was pro level. He grabbed my shoulders, shaking me like I'd won the series. Up close, his scent, sweat, ocean, that faint citrus cologne, hit me like a wave. Our faces inches apart, grins fading into something charged. His thumbs dug in, grounding, and I swear he leaned in just a fraction. A gull screeched overhead, shattering it. He released me, stepping back with a cough. Good grab. Let's run, bunts. We did, but the air hummed different now, every toss loaded. During a water break, sprawled on our towels, he asked about college apps. Stanford for him, with its engineering program as backup. You see Santa Barbara for me, close enough to commute but far from the rearview. You applying anywhere else? He probed, tracing patterns in the sand. I shrugged. Nah, want to stay near the action. Near. Home. His fingers stilled. Home's wherever the game's at, right? Not for me. Home was him. Had been since we built forts in the dunes at 8. Shared secrets under pup tents at 12. Patched each other's wounds after fights with bullies at 15. But I nodded, lying easy. Yeah, sure. As the moon rose, we amped it. Full at-bats, Me hurling heat, him fouling moonward. One pitch slipped, a wild one, high and inside. He bailed, bat flying, stumbling back into me. We went down in a tangle, his weight pinning me to the cool sand. Chest to chest, his breath hot on my neck. Time stretched, his eyes wide above mine, pupils blown dark. "Jamie," he whispered, voice cracking like the first time he'd struck out in Little League. I could have turned my head, made a joke. Instead, my hand found his nape, fingers threading his damp hair. "Alex." Our lips met, not soft, not tentative. Hungry, desperate, like we'd both been starving on the same empty plate. Salt and heat and him, finally, and it was everything I'd imagined in Stolen Moments. Better because it was real. His mouth moved against mine, tentative at first, then sure, a hand cupping my jaw like I was fragile. The world roared back. Waves, heartbeats. But we didn't stop until oxygen demanded it. Foreheads pressed, breaths mingling. "Holy fuck," he gasped, half laugh, half prayer. "Yeah," I echoed, dazed, tracing his lip with my thumb. "What was that?" He pulled back slightly, search in his eyes. "I don't know, but I think I've wanted it. For a while." The admission hung, a lifeline tossed into choppy waters. We sat up, knees touching, and talked, halting at first, then spilling. How he'd noticed guys in the locker room, panicked, buried it under bravado. How I jerked off to thoughts of him, ashamed, convinced it was a phase. Gay in Santa Cruz? Tolerated. Maybe, in the surf crowd with their rainbow flags on Pride days. But for two jocks chasing glory, it was a minefield. Families, team, scouts who prized all-American wholesomeness. "But us," he said fiercely, hand squeezing mine. "This feels right." It did. Terrifying, exhilarating right. We kissed again. Slower, mapping each other under the stars. No rush, no labels, just discovery. When we packed up, walking to the truck arm in arm, the beach felt sacred, our secret etched in the tide. That night, lying in bed with the window open to the distant surf, I replayed it. His taste, his whisper, changed everything. Our game wasn't just baseball anymore. It was us. The weeks blurred into a fever dream of stolen moments and sharpened edges. Practice became our cover. Nights on the beach where we'd drill until the ache masked deeper hungers, then collapse into each other when the coast cleared. Kisses in the fog, hands exploring under jerseys but stopping short, boundaries we set wordlessly. This was love, not lust. We were building something real, brick by terrified brick. Daylight hours tested us. At school, we'd fist bump in the halls, banter over lunch like nothing shifted. But our eyes lingered, conversations laced with code. "Nice slider last night," I'd say, and he'd smirk. "You know I aim to please." The team noticed the vibe, tighter, electric, but chalked it to scout hype. Our catcher, beefy Mike with his perpetual chew, slapped my back one afternoon. "You two are locked in, man. Whatever voodoo you're working, keep it up." If only he knew. Voodoo? Try the thrill of Alex's text at midnight. "Miss your curve. Beach tomorrow?" Or the way he'd brush my thigh under the cafeteria table. Casual as hell, sending sparks up my spine. Home was trickier. Mom caught me humming off-key one morning, flipping pancakes with uncharacteristic pep. "Someone's got a spring in their step, huh? That cute picture from practice." She winked, oblivious, her laugh lines deepening from years of double shifts. I mumbled about just the game, but guilt-twisted Mom, who'd raised me solo on tips and tough love, deserved truth. Someday. Alex's place was a pressure cooker. His dad, Raul, ruled the cramped bungalow with a fisherman's temper, beer cans lining the porch like buoys. Baseball was salvation. Anything else? Heresy. When Alex confided one night, post-kiss, about his abuela's old-world Catholicism clashing with his doubts, I held him tighter. "We'll figure it out. Together." October brought chill winds and the fall classic on TV, fueling our fire. Scouts from Fresno State hit town, eyeing us for winter showcases. We ramped up. Dawn runs on the boardwalk, weight sessions in my garage. Nights where the beach was our cathedral. One evening, after a brutal sim game, me striking him out thrice, he tackled me laughing into the shallows. We wrestled, waves soaking us, until he pinned me, dripping and defiant. Yield. Never. But I did, pulling him down for a kiss that tasted of brine and victory. Underwater, our legs tangled, and for a reckless minute, I forgot the world. Then reality crashed in. The team party at Bonnie Doon's cliffs, bonfire, kegs, the works. We went because optics mattered. Girls in bikinis flirted, guys shotgunning beers. Alex got roped into beer pong with cheer Captain Lisa, her giggles grating as she leaned into him. I nursed a solo cup by the flames, jealousy a low burn, until he extricated himself, finding me with a fresh drink. Sorry, he muttered, shoulder bumping mine. Team shit. It's cool. Her hand on his arm replayed like a bad loop. He read it, pulling me toward the shadows. Hey, it's you, Jam. Always. His kiss was fierce, hidden by the dark. But as we broke apart, headlights swept the lot, Coach's truck. We sprang apart, hearts hammering, and joined the circle like ghosts slipping back into skin. That near miss lingered, a shadow. A week later, during a pickup game at the high school field, disaster struck. I was on deck when Alex ripped a double, but sliding into second, the shortstop, jealous hothead Tyler, spiked him hard, cleats raking calf. Blood welled, Alex hissing through gritted teeth. I vaulted the dugout, dropping beside him. Breathe, man. I've got you. Coach waved off the trainer. It was just a scratch. But in the ER waiting room, fluorescent hell, Mom pacing after my frantic call. Alex squeezed my hand under the bench when no one looked. Stitches later, bandaged and hopped on painkillers, he grinned lopsided. Worth it for the sympathy. I drove him home, Raoul grumbling about soft kids these days, tucking him in on his lumpy couch, his room off-limits with Dad snoring. I lingered, brushing hair from his forehead. Rest up, Ace. His fingers caught mine. Stay? Just till I crash. I did, curled on the floor with a throw blanket, listening to his breaths even out. In the quiet, truth clawed up. This wasn't a phase. I loved him. Deep, bone-level love that scared me shitless. November fog swallowed the coast, mirroring the haze in my head. We adapted, practices shorter, touches rarer in public. But privately, blossoming. Late-night drives to Half Moon Bay, parking to stargaze, his head on my lap as I stroked his hair, talking futures. Pros, then what? He'd muse. Coaching kids? Or, I don't know, something normal. Normal with you sounds perfect. He'd kiss my palm, eyes soft. Sap. Thanksgiving loomed, families prying. Mom hosted our usual, turkey, pie, the works. Inviting Alex was tradition. But this year, his hand under the table on my knee nearly undid me. Raoul dominated talk, ranting politics, the Dodgers slump, while Alex nodded, foot hooking mine in silent solidarity. Post-meal, washing dishes, Mom cornered me. You boys seem closer. Good for you, honey. World's tough. Friends like that are gold. If she only knew how golden. The break passed in a blur of turkey leftovers and covert meetups. Back at it, scouts confirmed. Winter invite to Arizona showcase. Elation hit, but so did fear. What if the spotlight exposed us? One night, post-drill, as we lay tracing constellations, Alex voiced it. What if they find out? The team, the papers. Gay jocks fumble big leagues. I propped on elbow, facing him. Then we own it. Rivera and Ellis, unbreakable. He searched my face, then nodded, pulling me close. Unbreakable. But cracks show in pressure. December gale force winds whipped the beach, mirroring the storm brewing. We just wrapped a session, me icing my elbow, him taping his ankle, when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A grainy photo, us kissing in the shallows from weeks back. Caption. Nice form, Ellis. Team knows? Ice flooded my veins. Alex. He snatched it, face draining. Who the fuck? Tyler. Had to be. That spike wasn't accident. It was warning. Panic clawed, showcase weeks away, reputations teetering. We deny, I said, voice steady by will alone. Say it's fake. Photoshop bullshit. He nodded, but doubt flickered. Jam. Maybe we cool it. Till after. The words gutted me. Cool it? Like we're ashamed. No. Like protecting this. He gestured us, eyes pleading. The game. Our shot. Betrayal stung, sharp as Tyler's cleat. Protecting the game over us? I stood, sand shedding. The game's always first, huh? That's not. He rose, reaching, but I shrugged him off. See you at practice. I stalked to the truck, engine roaring over his calls. Driving home, tears blurred taillights. We built this fragile thing, and one photo threatened to shatter it. Was love enough against the world? The photo haunted like a ghost in the machine, forwarded anonymously to half the team by morning. Whispers hit the locker room like shrapnel. Sidelong glances, snickers muffled behind lockers. Coach pulled us aside post-drills, face like thunder. What the hell's this crap? Photoshop my ass. Looks real cozy. His eyes bored in, disappointment heavy as wet cleats. Alex jumped first. It's fake, coach. Some asshole stirring shit. Tyler, probably. Guy's got a grudge since I tagged him out last month. I nodded, throat sandpaper. Jealousy's ugly. We're good. Coach grunted, waving us off with a, keep your heads down. Scouts don't need drama. But the damage seeped. Mike clapped my shoulder too hard. Whatever, man. Brothers before. Whatever. Lisa cornered Alex at lunch, saccharine sympathy. If you need to talk, I'm here. No judgment. Her hug lingered. He extricated politely, but nausea roiled me from across the quad. We avoided each other that night. No beach, no texts. I holed up in my room, blasting Nirvana unplugged, Kurt's ache echoing mine. Mom knocked once. Rough day, kiddo? Spill. I mumbled homework. She left pie by the door, her quiet love a balm and blade. How long before she saw the photo, the questions? By dawn, resolve hardened. I texted Alex. Beach. 8 p.m. We end the silence. His reply, yeah. Need you. Relief warred with wariness as I pulled up, gear in the bed. He waited by our log, silhouette etched in sodium lamplight from the distant pier. No smile when I approached, just arms open. We collided, holding fierce, his chin on my shoulder. I'm sorry, he murmured into my neck, for suggesting we cool it. That was fear talking, not me. I pulled back, hands framing his face. I get it, but hiding? That's not us. He nodded, eyes glistening. No more. We face it. Together. We did or tried. Practice resumed, us side by side, defying stares with laser focus. I smoked batters, he gunned down runners from center. Whispers faded to grudging respect. Whatever floats your boat, long as you hit. Tyler lurked, smirking. But coach benched him for attitude. A small win. Privately, we fortified. Nights blurred boundaries. Slow dances on the sand to my phone's playlist. Springsteen to Hosier. His lips tracing my collarbone, breaths sinking like perfect harmony. Love you, he whispered first, under a meteor shower. The words a vow brighter than the streak. I echoed it, chest cracking open, and we laughed through tears, kids playing it forever. Winter showcase loomed, Phoenix heat a dry promise. We flew budget, crashing on cots in a dorm, team bunk tight. Nerves jangled, tryouts brutal, scouts stone-faced. But Alex and me, synced like never. My pitches popped his mitt. His bat sang off my heat. One drill, a reporter sidled up. Rivera Ellis battery. What's the secret sauce? Alex grinned, arm slinging my shoulder. Just us. Been grinding since diapers. The guy chuckled, jotting notes. No digs, no shade. Maybe the world was shifting, or maybe we were. Off-field, tension simmered. Shared room meant stolen touches under sheets, whispers in the dark. But Mike bunked next door, walls paper thin. One night, post-shower, Alex toweled off, towel low on hips, and I lost my filter. God, you're beautiful. He flushed, crossing to kiss me deep, but footsteps in the hall froze us. Caution's cold finger. We impressed. Callbacks, offers trickling. Fresno for me, San Diego State for him. Close enough for weekends, far from home's chokehold. Elation crested on the flight back, hands brushing in the clouds. We did it, he breathed, squeezing my knee. Our game. But game's turn. Back in Santa Cruz, Raul exploded. Overheard Alex on the phone with admissions, mentioning roommate options. What the hell's this? You and that Ellis kid shacking up? I see those pictures, boy. Disgrace. Bottles shattered. Alex bolted to my place at midnight, lips split, eye swelling. Mom let him in without questions, brewing tea while I iced his face in the kitchen. My old man's flipping, he muttered, wincing. Thinks we're, sins of the city or whatever. Rage boiled for Raul's bigotry, for the fear etching Alex's eyes. Stay here, as long as you need. He did, couch his throne, Mom's surrogate son. Days stretched. School, drills, evenings where we'd cook spaghetti. Her humming along to the radio, oblivious or willfully blind. One night, post-dinner, she caught our linked hands under the table. Paused, then smiled soft. Boys, life's too short for secrets. You too, your family, more than most. Her hug enveloped us, tears pricking, acceptance, unearned grace. Christmas Eve, boardwalk lights twinkling. We walked the pier, cotton candy melting on tongues. Think we can do this? Alex asked, leaning on the rail, city lights reflecting in his eyes. Out there? Yeah. With you, anything. New Year's dawned crisp, resolutions unspoken. Be brave. But January brought frost to our fire. Tyler escalated. Vandalized my truck with slurs and pink paint. Fag pitcher, looping the hood. Cops called it prank. I called it war. Team fractured. Some rallied, Mike leading a back-off circle. Others ghosted, whispers of distraction. Coach mediated. Gruff but fair. Baseball's about heart. You two got more than most. Ignore the noise. But noise amplified. Local rag ran a fluff piece. Scout Darling's face hometown heat. Hints of scandal thinly veiled. Raul doubled down, cutting Alex off. No car, no cash. Straighten up or get out. Alex fractured under it. One practice he bombed, overshot throws, whiff swings. Post-drill in the lot he snapped. This is killing us, Jam. The stairs, Dad. I can't breathe. I grabbed his arm. Then we fight. Or we quit hiding. His laugh was bitter. Quit? For what? Parade around like freaks. The word sliced. Freaks? Is that what you think we are? He deflated, head dropping. No. God, no. I'm scared. Okay? Of losing everything. You won't lose me. But doubt crept. His flinch at public touches. The way he'd scan rooms like threats lurked. February's rains lashed the coast, mirroring the deluge inside. We pushed for spring training, but cracks widened. One stormy night, beach abandoned, he confessed. Lisa's been texting, wants to talk, thinks she can fix me. Jealousy flared, hot and ugly. Fix you? Like you're broken. He shrugged, rain sheeting his face. Maybe I am. For Dad. For the game. I stormed off, thunder rumbling agreement. Home, Mom found me soaked, unraveling. Talk to me, Jamie. I did, halting, tears mixing with rain. Her arms wrapped tight. Love's the bravest thing, kid. But it can't be one-sided. Her words echoed as I tossed that night. Was it? Alex's fear felt like rejection, a slow poison. Showcase 2. Arizona again, stakes higher. We flew tense, silences thick. On field, magic sparked. My changeup fooled pros. His homer cleared fences. Scouts buzzed. Battery gold. Off field. Fracture. Hotel bar. Team celebrating. Lisa there, invited? She cozied to Alex, his laugh forced. I seethed alone, until he found me in the hall. Jealous. Teasing but edged. Confused. You said it's us. It is. But his eyes darted, reporters nearby. I pushed. Then act like it. He recoiled. Not here. Not now. The dam broke. When, Alex? After Dad approves? After we sign and pretend? Lower your voice. Panic flashed. This could tank us. Or the game. Choose then. He froze, then whispered. I can't. Not like this. Heart-shattering, I walked. Room solo after. Nights staring at ceilings. Replaying US. Beach kisses, whispered loves. Betrayal wasn't Tyler's photo, it was his retreat. Back home, distance grew. Practices mechanical, touches ghosts. One evening, beach our last stand, he arrived with red eyes. Jam. I talked to Lisa. Told her it's over before it started. But Dad, he's sending me to my uncle's in Bakersfield. To man up. Devastation hit. No. Yeah. Spring training without you. Without us. Rain started. Fitting. You leaving? Voice small. He cupped my face. Thumb tracing lip. Hate it. But if I stay. He cuts me off. No gear, no flights. Can't chase, the dream broke. The dream. Again. And me? Side story. Tears tracked his cheeks. Never. This kills me. Kiss goodbye, salt and sorrow. Then he walked to his car, taillights fading into storm. I sank to sand, waves claiming my sobs. Changed our game? Destroyed it. Spring unfurled without mercy. Azaleas blooming on the cliffs, surf reports calling perfect swells. But my world grayed to newsprint. Alex's texts dwindled. Landed safe. Uncle's cool. Miss you. Then silence, punctuated by blurry Insta stories. Him drilling in a dusty Bakersfield park. Smile strained. I stalked them nightly, thumb hovering over reply. Words failing. School slogged. AP stats blurred. Team dynamics shifted. Mike stepped up, battery with a new kid solid, but no spark. You good, Ellis? He'd ask, tossing me a Gatorade. I nodded lies, burying in solos. Dawn pitches to a backstop in the yard. Ball thudding like unanswered questions. Mom watched, worry lines etching deeper. One rainy Saturday, she dragged me to the wharf. Fish tacos at her diner, off hours quiet. He's worth fighting for, but so are you. Her hand over mine, calloused from trays. Don't lose yourself chasing ghosts. Ghosts, yeah. But love doesn't evaporate. It haunts. I wrote letters, unsent, pouring out the ache. How his absence echoed in every crack of the bat, every empty beach night. Spring training started without fanfare. I drove the coast alone, wind whipping, radio tuned to Giants games where commentators praised that Rivera kid from the Desert Showcase. Arm like a cannon. Pride warred with pain. He was shining. Without me. April brought divergence. My Fresno offer solidified. Full ride. His San Diego State. Headlines buzzing, Rivera commits. Aztec battery in making? No mention of us, the erasure surgical. Tyler got expelled. Caught with weed. Karma's wink, but victory soured. Coach pulled me aside. Ellis, you're gold. But heart's off. Talk to me. I almost did, spilled the saga from beach sparks to Bakersfield fracture. He listened, nodding slow. Love's a curveball, son. Swings both ways. You decide your at-bat. No judgment, just truth. I left lighter, resolve flickering. Mid-May, a package arrived. No return address. Battered mid-inside. Alex's. The one we'd broken in together. Leather soft from years. Note tucked in pocket. Keep throwing. See you on the other side. A heart lurching. I laced it. Pounding balls into the fence till dusk. Other side? What did that mean? Graduation loomed, caps and gowns a farce. Ceremony under redwoods, ocean breeze carrying cheers. I scanned the crowd. No Alex, but Mom hooped loudest. Her "That's my boy!" Piercing. Post-ceremony bash at the beach, ironies toast, we bonfired, stories swapping. Mike raised a beer. To the crew. Ellis, Rivera. Wherever you end up, you're legends. Legends. Plural. The word stuck. Ember and ash. June heat baked the coast. My shift at the surf shop a mindless blur. Renting wetsuits, chatting tourists. One evening, wiping boards, the bell jingled. Alex, duffel slung, tan deepened, eyes shadowed. Hey, Jam. World tilted. Hey, casual but pulse thundered. He shifted, awkward. Can we talk? Walk. We did, boardwalk to our cove, silence thick as fog. Finally, spilling. Bakersfield broke him. Uncle's indifference, drills in isolation, nights crying into pillows. Dad thought a bit, saw my clips, pride snuck in. But I missed you. Every pitch felt wrong without your glove. I stopped, facing him, waves lapping ankles. Then why the silence? Fear again. Thought you'd moved on. Deserved better than my mess. Anger flared, old wounds raw. You left. Chose safe over us. He winced. Stupidest swing of my life. But I'm here. Swinging back. Eyes locked, the pull magnetic. Prove it. He did, stepping close, hand to my cheek. Kiss tentative then torrent. Salt air, his taste, home. We broke gasping, foreheads touching. I love you, he vowed. No more hiding. Fresno, Aztecs, weekends, summers. We'll make it work. Hope bloomed. Fragile. And your dad. Working on it. Therapy, maybe. For both of us. We rebuilt slow. Beach practices resuming, touches boldening. Public handholds on the pier. Stares shrugged off. Mom met his eyes over dinner, nodding approval. Raul? Tentative truce. Dinner invite, gruff questions about plans. But a clapped shoulder for me. Take care of my boy. Summer peaked in glory. Joint workouts, road trips to Oakland for Giants games, stealing kisses in the bleachers. Scouts circled again, miners' whispers. One night, under Perseides, sprawled on a blanket, he traced my stars. Our games changed, huh? Bigger field. Yeah, but better players. Fall whispered change, dorms, new cities. Drop-off day, my Ford loaded, Alex beside. Hug at the gate, fierce, public. Then he drove south, my rear view shrinking him. Texts flew, made it. Room's crap, but you're my view. Calls nightly, voices bridges over miles. Fresno life hit hard. Dorms buzzing, classes grinding. But the diamond? Magic. My arm hummed. Call-ups buzzed. Alex crushed at SDSU, Homer's headline fodder. Weekends blurred. Him north, me south. Motels our haven. Lazy mornings, talks deep into dawn. But conflict brewed, inevitable. November, Aztec game versus Fresno, rivalry raw. We faced off, my pitches versus his bat. Crowd electric, us locked in battle. He fouled my slider, grinning from the box. That all you got, Ellis? Bring it, Rivera. Crack, liner to left, double. Respect surged. Post-game, dugouts emptied. He pulled me into a bro hug. Whispers, proud of you. Media sniffed. Old pals, new foes? We leaned in, joint interview, hands brushing mics. Best friends, the best competition, Alex quipped. Subtext hummed. Winter break, homecoming. Beach bonfire with the crew, stories old and new. Raul attended, quiet but present, toasting to futures. As embers died, Alex and I slipped away, toes in surf. Think we made it? He asked, arm around me. Past the hard part? Yeah. But life's no script. Spring training pro style. Invites to instructional leagues. Separate orgs, me Giants affiliate, him Angels. Distance stretched, schedules clashing. Calls shortened, exhaustion's toll. One night, post-loss, his voice cracked. Miss you, Jam. This grind. Feels solo. Hang on. Off-season's ours. It was sort of July heat. We crashed at my place. Mom's tacos fuel for lazy days. But Raul relapsed, bender bad. Alex flew home mid-visit, crisis pulling. Text sparse. Dad's rough. Love you. Guilt gnawed me safe in California glow, him in storm. August climax cruel. Angel scout pushes Alex for image. Data cheerleader. Clean up the rumors. He laughed it off to me, but doubt seeded. Our call that night. They don't get us, do they? No. But we do. Still, fracture lines spidered. September, minor league draft looms. We grind separate, pride in clips shared. Then betrayal's blade, tabloid blind item. Prospect plays both sides. Batter's secret swing? Photo grainy. Us. Beach embrace, timestamped summers past. Panic reignited. His text. Call? Voice trembling. Dad saw. Freaked. Says it'll tank my slot. And you? Believe it. Pause killer. It's poison jam. Timing sucks. Suck? Devastation. Us or them. Again. I'm trying. But the dream. Yours. Not ours. Line went dead. My sob echoing. He showed days later. Duffel at my door. Don't end us. But damage festered. How? When every step's a minefield. We fought raw words weapons. I chose you, he yelled. Every time. Then act it. Ultimatum hung. He left, door soft click. Weeks blurred, draft day my name called Giants, low minors. His, Angels, higher slot. Congrats texts, polite. Silence after. Off season, no beach. I drove solo, waves mocking. Mom hugged tight. Hearts heal kid. But yours? Is big. Don't shrink it. Humanistic truth. Love teaches, even in ruin. I thrived, minors grind, arms stronger, friends new. Came out quiet. Team email, support flood. Pride swelled. Spring AAA call-up tease. Alex's clips dominated, hot streak. Next big thing. Then interview, single focused. Game first. Know us. Betrayal finalized. Yet, one night, phone buzzed. Beach? One last practice. Heart stuttered. I went. Moon full, sand cool. He waited, glove out. Throw. We did pitches popping, swings cracking. No words, just rhythm reborn. Ball after ball until exhaustion, collapsing side by side. I'm sorry, he whispered. Chickened out. Again. I turned, eyes meeting. Learned from it. Nod. Yeah. Love's the real game. Win or lose. Kiss tender farewell. Go win yours, I said. I'll win mine. He left pre-dawn, horizon pink. Changed our game? Absolutely. From boys playing catch to men owning fields, scars badges. Alone on the beach, glove heavy. I smiled. The waves whispered. Next pitch, yours. Years don't erase beaches. They etch them deeper, like veins in driftwood. 5 seasons in, I'm Jamie Ellis, Giants rotation stalwart. Changeup still fools them, but wisdom fools me less. San Francisco's my turf now. Fog-shrouded mornings at Oracle. Wait, Oracle Park. Crowds chanting my name. The bay glittering beyond outfield. Mom visits opening day every year. Front row, her cheers louder than the splash hits. She's got a boyfriend now. A mellow surfer type who grills mean ribs and asks 0 prying questions. Life's settled into grooves. Waits at dawn. Film study till dusk. Off days hiking the headlands where redwoods meet sea. Breathing that pine salt air that always pulls me back to Santa Cruz. Alex, he's the comet I orbit without crashing. Angel's ace, Cy Young whisperer. That swing still poetry. Homers that echo like our old cracks on the beach. We don't talk much. Polite nods at all-star games. Congrats texts on milestones. Last year, his wedding announcement hit my feed. Lisa, of all people, the cheer captain who'd fixed him. No hard feelings, or so I tell myself. She's good for him. Poised, supportive, the all-American veil over whatever lingers. Kids on the way, a boy named after Raul, who's sobered up, grandkids softening his edges. Me, single by choice. Dates flicker. Guys from the scene, baristas with easy laughs, but none stick. Love's a high bar now. I chase it like a perfect game, rare and revered. Teammates razz. Ellis, you're married to the mound. I laugh, but truth's quieter. I'm whole, scars and all. The call came mid-July. Sweltering streak in LA Dodgers series. Irony's encore. Post-game, clubhouse buzzing off a shutout. My phone lit. Alex. Hey, need a favor. Raul's sick. Bad. Can you? Come. Heart clenched. Raul lung cancer, late stage, the bottle's long revenge. I flew south that night. Angels Stadium emptying to ghosts. Alex met me at the gate, older now. Lines at eyes, that boyish grin tempered. Hug brief, charged. Thanks, Jam. Means everything. Hospital hushed. Machines beeping Raoul's fade. He looked small, oxygen mask fogging, but eyes sharpened on me. Ellis. Gravel voice. Heard you're a big leaguer. Good. Alex squeezed my shoulder. Silent plea. We sat vigil, stories swapped, old games relived. Raoul's hand, gnarled, found Alex's. Proud, Mijo, of you. And him. Nod to me. Kept you straight, no, wait. Kept you true. Tears tracked. Absolution, late but luminous. Raoul passed at dawn. Sun cresting the San Gabriels. Funeral coastal, per his wishes, Bakersfield 2 inland. Back in Santa Cruz, plot by the sea. Crowd small family, old teammates, us. Eulogy mine. Unscripted. Raoul taught grit. Taught love's tougher than storms. He swung for fences. Hit 'em all. Graveside. Alex pulled me aside. Jam. Lisa knows. About us. Back then. Doesn't change now, but she gets why I. Stop. Gentle. You're happy. That's the win. His eyes searched, old pull. Are you? Pause. Yeah. Game's good. We walked the beach after, our cove unchanged. Waves lapped. Gulls wheeled. He stopped. Facing me. One last practice? Gloves from his car, mitts worn soft. I pitched, he caught, then switched. Balls arced. Familiar rhythm. Laughter bubbled, foul tips, wild throws like time folded. Exhausted, we sat, cans fizzing. Remember that first night? He mused. The kiss. Changed everything. Best bad pitch I ever threw. He chuckled, then sobered. I blew it. Betrayed us for fear. Fear's human. You grew. We both did. Silence comfortable, waves our underscore. Friends? He asked, tentative. Always were. Handshake turned hug. Lingering. Plus, I make a mean curve now. You'll need tips. Drive home, windows down, radio humming Dylan. Time's changing, but some constants. Mom waited with pie, questions in her eyes. Good. Yeah. Closed the loop. Fall deepened. Playoffs calling. Giants wild card. Angels division. World Series dreams danced, but deeper, humanism's quiet league. Love isn't ownership. It's launch, watching orbits align or diverge. October miracle. ALCS. Dodgers Angels. I tune in, his starts must watch. Game 4, he deals gems, 8 innings, shutout ball. Post-game interview. Mike hot. For dad. And a buddy who taught me heart over heat. Cut to me, TV glow, grinning foolish. Text flies. Nice game, ace. Knew you had it. Reply instant. Oh, you won. Beach soon? Winter comes soft. Off-season, Santa Cruz calls. Holiday with mom. Surf lessons for her beau. Then, text chain beach. Midnight. Gear up. Moon sails high, frost-kissed sand crunching. He's there, silhouette eternal. Ready. We play. Pitches whispering secrets. Swings singing home. No score, just joy. Collapsing. Breaths clouding, he turns. Jam. Thanks. For everything. Mutual. Stars will, waves eternal. Changed our game? Hell yes. From boys fumbling love to men owning light. Betrayals forged steel. Emotions etched maps. Human arc. We rise. Fall. Connect. On this beach, under indifferent sky, that's victory enough. And as dawn gilds the horizon, glove heavy with promise, I know. Next throws ours. Together or apart, but true.